Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I am Tiffany White, Sage Woman, and I am very excited and honored and pleased to be with each and every one of you this evening, sitting in this sacred circle. And I would like to start off. This is a very special day, September 11th, of course, 9/11. And what I would like to do is just open up for a moment here, just with a really nice honoring, um, and and then play a little bit of Tibetan bowl as well, cycle as the bell tolls, so to speak, in honor and of everyone on this special evening. Hello, Carol. Thank you so much for joining the Sacred Circle. And just giving a few minutes for everyone to show up here. All right. So, of course, today we honor our beautiful brothers and sisters, our fallen Americans and their families on the 21st anniversary of September 11th. They risked their lives so that others could live. And let's keep them in our hearts forever and ever. And not just them, but everyone who has sacrificed for this country, for this planet. But let's stick with September 11th for right now. Everyone coming in, take a deep breath, and I'm just going to play. This is the Tibetan healing bowl. This is my healing bowl. And let's just everyone just be bathed in these healing energies as we're giving honor, gratitude, and respect to all of those who lost their lives on September 11th, 21 years ago. All right, so here we go. Just we're giving an honor here. Take a deep breath in and out. Hopefully you were taking some deep breaths during that. And again, this is for all of us. And it's also, too, though, honoring our sisters and brothers and sisters 21 years ago as we remember 9/11. All right. So, oh, my goodness. Have more people joining us. Hello, Carol. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Feng Shui My Space, which is Marcia. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ruth and Robert. And hello, everybody. And I just want to give a special shout out to Richard Riddle. He's not with us this evening because he's off singing karaoke in celebration of his birthday. Happy birthday, Richard. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Of course, I appreciate each and every one of you. So just wanted to do a shout out. And if you want a birthday shout out, you make sure that I know when your birthday is. You have to message me. Let me know when your birthday is. We'll do a birthday shout out. Yay! All right. So my goodness. Woo! Very interesting energies that we are in now. And what I would like to do is I usually share some of my journaling with you, and I'm getting the same type of things that several others are as well. And it's beautiful. It's not uncommon at all for many of us to be getting the same messages that's coming through. So I thought I would just read a little bit of this newsletter because it states everything, and we can talk about it. As I'm reading it out, I will add my 2 cents in as well. Okay, and then I will share who this is. I'll share his website because it definitely just wants to honor where I'm getting this from. Okay, hello, Robin. So it's I love that when we receive messages from our team, from our guidance and healing team, and then we hear it repeated. And don't you love that validation? And so this is one of the validations. So I'm going to share that with you. And it is from James Gilliland, who is with the ECETI, which is Enlightened Contact with Extraterrestrial Intelligence. And I'll put his website up in a few moments when I'm done here. But I liked it was actually his August 31st newsletter that went out. But it's so profound for now. For now and moving forward. So, all right. So let me read this to you. It's story time. I'm just teasing. Oh, all right. So this is his Planetary Awakening and Healing, a Pleiadian Message. All right. Again, from James Gilliland. All right. So it is said that God works in strange ways. So it is with the beautiful many servants of Source, God, Creator, Great Spirit. We are often taught there is heaven and hell, God and the devil, demons and angels. This is a very limited view of the multiverse. It is better to view it as levels of consciousness and frequency. I love that, absolutely. Those who adhere to universal law, some of you may call it the law of one or the universal law, and those that don't, all right? Existing within the demonic realms are the fallen Anunnaki, the fallen serpent beings. All these are fallen beings here. The serpent beings, royal reptilians, tall grays, and a host of others, fallen ETs. It is better known as the lower astral or the fourth density, the 4D. They are also misguided. Now, there are also misguided humans whose frequency are very low due to trauma or actions outside of the universal law. Their frequency determines where they go, which is the attitudes, emotions, unhealed wounds, traumas, and wrong conclusions from past experiences, as well as actions outside of the universal law. So the higher realms consist of those who got off the wheel of death and rebirth. They are full of just love, joy, bliss, higher wisdom, and operate within that universal law. What people refer to as heavenly realms are not limited to angels and ascended masters. There are whole civilizations of beings that operate from the Christ consciousness or the Buddha consciousness. And let's not forget Mary, the House of Mary, Kuan Yin, Sophia, and a host of the other saints and sages. When referring to the divine feminine, it is also understood as the Shekinah energies or goddesses. There are men and women in the higher realms which consist of enlightened Anunnaki that never fell. The Andromedans, Arcturians, the Orion Council of Light, the Pleiadians, and a whole host of other civilizations all existing in these higher realms. Okay? Some live in a holographic universe, have magnetized light bodies and light ships. Others have spiritual or energy bodies and ships, the Merkaba ships, right? Merkaba. And some are less dense physically and can appear and disappear at will. The multiverse is more vast than any of us can ever imagine, which only adds to the vastness of the source of the life down to very atom. Life to its very atom. It is infinitively large and infinitively small. How does this fit into the vibrational lifting, the awakening, the healing of humanity, and the earth, often referred to as the Great Awakening? These are the unseen energies, both good and evil. Now, this is where I agree with him because I absolutely love this right here. I mean, I agree with him, of course. But this right here is where, I really like, yes, absolutely. We need to watch our verbiage and our words and just so what we call negative and positive is incorrect. It is incorrect because it's due to we need the negative. It is necessary to have that negative and positive for creation. Okay. The battery, plus and minus, positive, negative. Remember, I had this analogy before with the battery. It's not going to operate unless you have both. Remember the yin and yang symbol. All right. It's whole. You have to have both the negative and the positive, the shadow, your shadow work, your light work. It's all very necessary. So it's positive and negative. And this is who we are. And so when we talk about good and evil, it should be different from this. It's totally different from this. All right. It's best not to connect evil to negative. Evil is a whole new category, which is best described as those who strayed away from the universal law. What we are seeing now is a great war. Okay, a great war, a great space war, a great spiritual. Really, it's a spiritual war. Good, the light and evil. All right. Just nothing is as what it seems, but just look at the agencies and institutions. Most have all been corrupt, often doing exactly the opposite of their mandate. I'm not going to get into some of the stuff he has here, like really going into the government and Justice Department, all of this, and big businesses and religious institutions. But everything really, they all have the same agenda, and that's to rule by fear. Okay? And yes, we can go on and on, but we're not going to do that. This great war has been underway, guess how long? For billions of years. And it has finally coming to a head. And it did not begin on Earth. It did begin in space, the Space Wars, the Star Wars. All right. So a majority of this galaxy has been cleaned up. Yet the fallen ones are heavily entrenched into our society, into the political, into the business and religious institutes on Earth. All right. What we are witnessing is the unraveling of these agencies and institutions that no longer serve the people. They are no longer operating within Source's universal law. They have become self-serving to the point where they have become an extreme disservice to the very people that created them. So we are skirting on the edge of religious beliefs and enlightenment. Yet enlightenment has to come to religion. The golden threads that bind all humanity together within all religions need to take first and foremost priority. We have to unite. We have to come together. We have to unite to deal with what's unfolding. We also need to unite with the greater family of man, the heavenly realms throughout the multiverse. We have to unite with all our star families, with all these different beings that look different from us. All right. The world has had a long history of contact with otherworldly beings. Some in service or helping humanity to evolve. All right. And I'm just going to skip through some of this here. Because we know love is not an emotion. That love is who we are. The source frequency of love. It's a frequency of source. It's a love, light, love. That's what it is. You know, it's beautiful, beautiful. So let's see. Let me see if there's anything else. And it is time for humanity to rise up, to take charge of our multidimensional selves, our multidimensional or multi-density selves. If you are unaware of what is happening in the fields of consciousness and energy around you, you will be influenced and subject to them. So many weak-minded soul connection challenges have fallen victim to this. Always remember, just because you are dead does not mean that you're enlightened. And just because you are an ET does not mean you're benevolent. It's naive to think otherwise. So what he's saying here is that there's a lot of people crossing over, transitioning right now, and those that transition, not all of them are going to be enlightened, because it depends on where they are in their consciousness when they transition. All right. Okay. So we do have to just maintain that connection, our connection to source, to God, to creator, to great spirit. All right. We have the ability to channel the full power of the creator through the sacred heart center into every situation. We absolutely do. So never forget that God always wins, and watch the skies. So I thought that was a really nice newsletter that he put out there. He can be, you know, as most newsletters, right? They can be a little long-winded, but it's okay. So I'm just posting here in the chat. This is if you wanted to check him out. And just take what you can use and leave the rest. All right. Just take what you can use and leave the rest. I am in no way, shape, or form trying to push anyone on you. It's just, you know what? We should all do our own inner intel, as the intel go within and outward too, and who we connect with, and and share that. I like to share. And there's so many wonderful people now we are linking, I see, you know, like arm in arm in the sacred circles, and really rising up and helping humanity. All right, let me go and catch up here on some comments. So I read that, Robert, I listened to the Buddhist mantra of compassion in Sufi, Hindu, and pagan folk music. That is so beautiful, Robert. Every day, every morning, I love to listen to Om Mani Padme Hum chant, the Buddhist mantra. And for those who do not know, I know Robert knows this, but in English, this rhythmic chant, Om Mani Padme Hum, literally translates to praise to the jewel in the lotus. And it's known as the compassion mantra, or the jewel in the lotus. This is a powerful Buddhist prayer. The mantra is a tool to train the mind to achieve ultimate peace and enjoyment. The mind dictates our experience of happiness and sadness, so we must learn to command our mind. Command our mind. All right. We have to discipline it. So hello, Kim. Let's see. Hello, Sarah. Sarah Super Space Cookie. Hello, Joyce. Greetings from Washington. Oh, greetings. I'm in Connecticut, so greetings from Connecticut. Hello, Wendy. Yay. All right. So there you go. What we want to do is we want to stay so far away from fear as possible. But I really, really liked that. And I know there's a lot of memes and stuff that we share that says, you know, stay negative or stay positive, stay away from negativity. You're saying staying away. When you say, let me say it this way. When and I'm not saying you specifically say this, but when someone says, or when we read, oh, we got to stay away from negativity. It's the same thing that we were told growing up of don't show your emotions and don't cry. It's just different verbiage. So be very careful with that. We are negative and positive, the energies within us, and we need that power. It's the power within us. It's that vibration, and it's within us. It's who we are, and we need it to power ourselves. All right. And so let's kind of just watch that and know that there's light and then there's evil, and this is what it's really about, is the light and the evil. And I know they say, saying a battle is kind of like, it always made me scratch my head when I was growing up going, oh, what? Christian wars? And that kind of like, wow, I don't understand that. I thought Christians about peace, and then this is a war, and it's totally, it doesn't make sense to me. And children will know this too. I think it was going to church and hearing that song, onward Christian soldiers fighting on to war, something like that. I'm like, what? 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 Scratching my head. This really, is no one questioning this? Does this even make sense? And we should not, and that's a good point. We should not follow anymore blindly. Can't follow and watch those traditions. Oh, but our family did this. I don't want to break tradition. But do you understand the tradition? Our families probably don't even know the origin of the tradition or remember why. It was just tradition. Don't question it and follow it. Well, that's just as dangerous. And so if something doesn't make sense, question it. Just always question it. And that's what we need to do, is say, no, I'm a sovereign being. I am sovereign. I am free. And I'm making my own choices because I'm responsible for me. And we have to take that. Okay? We have to take that responsibility. And so, yes, Joyce, right? Like a loving God frying you like bacon for eternity. Yes, I never understood that either. I'm like, but I'm just surrounded by love. There's no, my God's not mean and vindictive and I will punish you. Those are little G's. But that they're not. And see, there's been some confusion because what's an angel? What's a little G? What's a little God? Right? What's all this? They're just these other entities. These these ETs who are not nice. All right. And like they said, they're good, there's bad. And of course, that's just the way it is. And then we're talking like in these lower densities here. The higher you get, you have to, the vibration and the frequency that you are is pure love. All right. And so, yeah, Robin, I forgot you were Job's Daughters too. Yes, we sing that song at Job's Daughters. I was only in it for 6 months and said no. I wasn't in for it very long either. I think it's less than a year. But I didn't want to mention that because I didn't know how many people knew what Job's Daughters was. But yes. I forgot, Robin, yeah. Sarah was like, I broke my family traditions. Awesome. Yes, Joyce, wiping whole cities of people off the map, animals and all. Exactly. Yeah. That's not very loving. Do you? Okay, let's see. My intention is not to scare anyone. All right. I love this feedback, this interaction. We're having great conversation here. Okay. And so it's just, we are from what I hear. And, we are the 7th version of mankind on this planet. The 7th version. What happened to the other 6 versions? Those that were playing God wiped us out, just like that. How? Well, when you can control the weather, you can have these flash floods, you can have mudslides, you can have all sorts of things. Or you can create, you know, illness, sickness. You can weaponize things. There's plenty of ways to do this. And trust me, they've gone through all of them. But this is it. It ends. They're done. No more. No more. So I like to, the number 7, I feel, is uh, very high vibrational. I've always loved the number. I've always felt that the number 7 has this really nice vibe to it, this nice frequency to it, right? Right, Joyce, a few tsunamis. Yeah, we're going to throw in a couple of this, a couple of that, exactly. And so yes, yin and yang is great balance for us, and it's our power, it's us, and as we step into our power, we help this biosphere, this planet. Now, I know a lot of people might say we've got to help her. Yes, we do have to help her, but trust me, she is on her own. She's off and running. We've got to keep up with her. And the only ones that can stay here who want to, and again, this is not to scare anyone. We all might have different missions. I don't know how long, I agreed to hang out. Let me say it this way. I knew that I'm going to stay with this beautiful biosphere, this beautiful planet, until she ascends to a space of 5D, where we're all at 5D and peace has returned. And I can't really say returned, because this is we are making new history, so to speak. We're rewriting history, or it's not rewriting. It's what's English so hard sometimes. We are creating this new. Wow, it's just this new golden age. Yes, there's been golden ages in other dimensions and other timelines, but this is a new one, and it's even more powerful because what we've come through and have gotten to. So it's like, yay. So I know that from very young, it was like peace, stay focused on the peace, stay focused on the peace. Or when I was reminded too from the beautiful beings around me, the light beings, of stay focused on peace. This is peace. Even though there's war all around you, stay focused on the peace. And that's, so I was like, oh, all right, that's okay. Now it's not going to stop here. This planet, this biosphere, is its own realm. She's own living being. All right, and with each density, when someone rises up, she has referred to by different names, I guess, maybe to help with where you are frequency wise. So we say Earth, that's 3D. 5D is Terra, and this is what the from my understanding of what our star families and what the ETs call this planet is Terra. So we're Terrans, but that's 5D, and because we fell from 5D, and that's a whole other long thing I'm not going to get into with you guys. But and then the seventh D, the seventh density name is Gaia. So from my understanding is that this beautiful biosphere was in her ascension. She was going to ascend from 5D, already established as Terra with the Terrans, and was going to do its leap to the seventh density of Gaia. And there was already others there in that seventh density waiting to come on, and when the Star Wars took place, and so that did not happen. So you can ask, how long are you going to be here for? And are you going to leave your physical body and just help that way as well? It's just that there's no death. Just remember that. There's no death, okay? And everything is recycled. Everything is, energetically. All right, our source doesn't waste anything. Um, and so just know that. But if you are operating on evil, you're evil and you are breaking these universal laws, harming people left and right, harming other beings, because it's not just people. You hurt animals. This, absolutely, this planet, this realm, this biosphere is a living being. Those that try to hurt other planets just by trying to strip it from, um, strip, like, whether it's minerals or whatever that planet has, and they just want to try to take all the good things from the planet. That's really abusing it. So it's there's so much more, and I want everyone to just expand your mind and to not be fearful. Okay, and stand in your power. Stand in your power. And so, yes, Wendy, 7, right? February 7th. I know your birthday. Yep, but that's 7. Um, Lots of good things coming. Don't be distracted by the show that's taking place. They try to distract you over here, right? So you look over here, but there's other stuff going on. Always get the whole picture. Always ask for that whole picture. And, it's because right now, we have to just have a lot of discernment on things that we read. Um, you know what is real, what is not. We know inside us what's real. And what I can tell you is that we're going to make we are making tremendous progress, but don't be distracted. And so here's a great example. Let's talk about this. All right, so how the evil, I don't even want to call them elites anymore, because they're not elites, they're parasites. And let's just call them what they are. we can use other choice words, but then I'd probably get kicked off the channel. But no. Anyway, let's just say evil. The evil, that are here and are diminishing. It is diminishing. The evil is diminishing here. All right, and we just can't fall for any show or any fear tactics that they try to have us nip at. And that's what they've used, is fear as control for a very long time. Anything survival, that first chakra, they really want to control through that first chakra of survival. Yeah, survival. Of course, sexual. All this. However, they can control um, someone. It's through that chakra. It's where the survival, the fear, and everything else um, resides in those lower chakras. So war is a mass, is how you can create fear upon the masses quickly. And what happened 21 years ago on this day? Everyone felt it, not just Americans. It was felt all around the world, right? And when all of us are participating in that fear, it feeds it. It feeds it. All right. And that fearful energy feeds the evil. They thrive on that. It like powers them up. And so, no more of that. I'm not feeding you. No. It's the continued state of fear, living in fear. Okay. Fear can be a very, no, fear is a powerful tool as long as we don't give it too much power. Fear is an alarm. It's a warning. Wait a minute now. And we have to ask these questions with ourselves. We have to have these conversations. Why am I being fearful? Why am I fearful? Why am I feeling that way? And so that's having honest conversation with ourselves, and then take care of that so that if we let that float, all right, we don't take care of it, and then someone else comes along and triggers that and know that's a trigger, they can use that to control and manipulate you. So this is why we have to be very mindful of what we're not dealing with. It's hanging out in our auras, hanging out in our energy field. We need to make sure we're taking care of everything and processing. And right now it feels like we're having life reviews, doesn't it? It's things from the past is coming up for us to heal and release, heal and release. We're trying to get lighter here, doing this purging. We're going to heal and release this, heal and release. And don't hold on to it. Observe anything from the past. Observe it. Oh, wow. That was my best mistake ever. I couldn't have done it any worse. I mean, be funny with it. You got to laugh at it, because this is how we learn. This is how we grow. This is how we expand. How else would we know unless we try, to, at least we were doing something. We weren't being still, paralyzed in fear. We weren't doing anything. All mistakes are powerful teachers. I don't even like to call them mistakes, but they are. They're powerful teachers. And when we stop, don't be embarrassed by it and go, yeah, I did that really good. It was my best one yet. And just kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna over glorify it, but I'm gonna be grateful for all my experiences. Just be grateful for all your experiences. Okay. And so Tiffany and Drew, that was great, right? Yeah. It was like, hey, I messed that up perfectly. I couldn't have done it again better. I nailed it. All right, so let's go back and we know what not to do. All right. Okay, yay. Now we have at least something to work with. We know what doesn't work. We have some more information to work off of, don't we? It's like, okay, we're not doing that again. So, Robin, I'm being hit in the face with all my inner garbage. I'm releasing so much. That's great. Robin, remember to observe. Don't relive. Don't go through it all over again, because then this puts you in this loop, and we're not meant to loop. All right. We've got to observe and release. Just, we're going to let it go now, and be loving with ourselves and gentle with ourselves, because it's us. It's our stuff coming up, right? And so let's see, Sarah, that's what I've been doing, is asking myself, what did I learn from that? Exactly. Yes. We should be asking ourselves that every day, because aren't we learning something new every day? What did I learn from that? Yeah. Wendy, I do that all the time. Yeah, see, do that all the time. We should be asking ourselves every day, what did I learn from that? Because now we are moving at such, seems like a fast pace, aren't we? And so we need to be making sure that we're going through everything with a fine-tooth comb, that we're not letting anything, okay, that we're not letting anything go past us, without us, without our attention and our focus on it. Okay. Let's see, Robert, I am 20 minutes behind. Typical Bob, day late industrial. Oh, no, no, it's all divine timing. It's okay. And it's you're not behind. It's all right. And that's a great thing. You can watch the replay as well. So life comes at us, and it's like, here, now. Okay. But we can, though, I hope you're being very gentle with yourself and saying, no, not at this moment. Just hold on. And I'm talking about, though, with our inner work and stuff like that, we need to take care of it. But like, if someone is trying to distract us outside of ourselves, we can say that. We can say no. And it just depends what it is, because every situation is different. Some things need to be addressed, and some, don't stress. Anything that's going to cause you fear, is going to cause you stress, is going to cause your mind to nibble on it all day long. No. This is more where we have to really, when I catch my mind doing that, you got to put music on. Put music on. Do the mantras, the chanting. To distract your mind, to discipline the mind. Our mind is really an undisciplined child, and we have to discipline that mind. I'm not saying be hard on yourself, but it needs direction. Because if you don't give it direction, it's going to make direction. It's going to take it, and it's not going to probably make the best choices for you, right? I'm all for mind power, but I believe that mind power that they talk about is when both sides of your brain, the left and right side, come together and work together in unity, and that's operating from the third eye. But that still is second in command to your Sacred Heart Center. Your Sacred Heart Center is that command center. This is the pilot, should be here, co-pilot, okay? And your body, and the body listens to, okay, I'm the passenger. And so we have to be careful of our thoughts, of what we say, because our body hears it and thinks you're giving a command. So we have to be very careful with our words. I do believe, I can't remember now which show it was. Anyway, but someone in the comments had put, I pretend like people can read my mind, like we're already, in telepathic, to discipline herself, to catch, when she is having thoughts like, oh, everyone can feel those thoughts, know those thoughts, or sharing and experiencing those thoughts. And I thought, wow, that's great. And that is great practice to do that, right? To just, oh, okay, no, that wasn't a nice thought. Nope, stop that. And so it's, this is a very powerful times we're in. How many of you are noticing that your telepathy is increasing? Your intuition, your telepathy. Those who have pets, you're going to notice that maybe your communication is stronger and clearer than ever before. You can definitely tell the difference when you get out in nature, and how that connection, it seems like it's getting stronger and clearer as well. And so, yes, yeah, it really is. It is. Woohoo! Just keep at it, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And we're seeing little sparkles, little light sparkles. You can see the light flashes, light sparkles. We can see them, catch them out of the corner of our eyes. See flashes of light. It's beautiful. Yeah. I think some people may think at first, oh my goodness, what's going on? Yeah. Oh, but it is beautiful. Oh, I did want to share something too. Hold on. Stay hydrated here. Let's see. Yes, Sarah, I've been seeing more sparkles and more light than ever before. Yes, me too. Absolutely. So here's Are you paying attention to where the, the sun and moon comes up, or where the moon is staying? I have noticed that the moon is not going fully to the west anymore. I have noticed that the moon kind of hangs out in southwest, but doesn't go fully to the west anymore, and it will hang out there. And even to the next morning, because usually by the next morning it should be far west of how it used to be. And so we're just going to see some differences, and it's not to scare anyone at all. And if anything, this validates how the Galactic Federation of Worlds, how our star families, how the benevolent ETs are here and assisting with some powerful changes there. Now, no one's going to save us. I know we talked about this before, right? No one's going to save us. They're working with us. We still have to do our part. All right? So they have came in and have gotten rid of the evil ETs, but it's up to us to rebuild, to rebuild, to rebuild and restructure. All right, and we all have to work together. We all have to work together with this, and they will help us with that. But they're not going to do it for us, and it makes perfect sense. Will we do this to our children? Well, I hope we shouldn't be doing that. You want them to be self-sufficient. And that's it. Is we have to be taught how to be self-sufficient again. All right. Wendy, yeah, I've noticed that too about the moon. Yeah, and Robin, I'm seeing the moon in the daytime. Yes, exactly. See it? Yeah, it's beautiful, and there is a rainbow ray around the moon now. Ever since last year, since last spring of 2021, I've noticed now there is a rainbow ray around the moon. You can see it if you just kind of blur your eyes as to see the rainbow ray. You'll see the rainbow ray around the moon, and it's amazing, amazing. So I also kind of curious to see when we start to see two suns instead of the one. When we see two suns, so ooh, interesting, huh? When you can see, there's always been other multiple suns, but you couldn't see. So it's going to be pretty amazing. So Kim, that's why the launch failed. We're not supposed to go back to the moon. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of powerful disclosure about that. It's already coming out. And so about the moon, about and there already has been the moon, Jupiter, Saturn, all of this. Mars has been liberated and given back to the Martian people. So isn't this exciting? Let's see. People are seeing two suns. I captured on my camera. Yes, Robin, you can capture it. Yes, if you take a picture of it, you can actually see the two suns. So, hi, Christy. Sage, I thought this wasn't live. Hello. Oh, okay, so our shows are live. Our shows are live. That's great. Oh, life is a magnificent ride. Isn't it, Joyce? It is. It is. Okay, let me say hello, beautiful Elizabeth. Of course, all of you are beautiful. Let me see it. The message I got today is not to spread negative energy to friends and loved ones. Venting might make us feel better, but we're bringing that person low vibration. Keep that in check, right? Well, here's the thing. Is it takes a very special friend. You have to have a vent friend, a vent buddy, and to where you can. And if you're too much for, and it really takes a special bond between people to do that, to be able to do that, and because of timing too. All right, one person, hey, I know you need to vent. I really can't hear that right now. So what I've done is I've realized that in the past I probably was way too strong for some of my closest friends. Probably why I don't have any anymore. No, but I know, teasing. And I'm way too strong for it to share with my husband. So it's like I have to vent when I'm all by myself. And so I go into a room or go someplace, even away from my dog, because my dog feels it. I'm going to go away from the plants. So it's like, I'm just going to go and I'm going to vent and get it out. Because for me, I can't hold that energy inside me. All right. So, and I just vent and then I feel better. I feel better because I'm holding it in. And then smudge that out too, that it's not leaving the imprint and hanging there, and say, okay, I just had to vent. Thank you so much. I love you, space. I love this space. And we're just going to now erase this. I'm going to take care of it. So if you're going to throw up whatever you just vented, you better clean that up too. Right? So now I got to smudge that, smudge it. And so it works. It works tremendously. But just remember, whatever we release, we have to make sure that it is that we clean that up, or whatever we're releasing. That, and you can transform it. You can rebalance it and recycle it. Okay, smudge that out. Exactly. Good. I did yesterday. Good, Sage. Good. I have no friends to talk to. I can my daughter some. Yes, I know, right? Yeah. I know. So I want to share something with you guys. I want to share before I forget, I have the folder open. I want to share some amazing pictures with you. So we live a block away from Fort Griswold. And this is the time of the year, September 6th, there was a big battle here. It's like one of the last battles of the Revolutionary War. And we had a very small army, and the farmers and their families were defending this against the British. And so this battle ensued. But every year they have a nice memorial service. And so let me see if I can share some of these pictures here. Which ones do I want to share? So yeah, I guess we could. They unveiled like some markers and some more plaques and things. So I guess I could probably show you some of that. Let's see. Which ones do I want to show? I guess we'll just show it. Yeah, let's start with this one here. I will start to share this. So it was really interesting is in this battle, there was, of course, you knew that the people of color, were not recognized, unfortunately. And so let me open this picture back up. Hello, there it is. Just want to minimize this, please. And so now what they did what they did for this year was they actually went back and did make a marker and was remembering someone who sacrificed, who made great history, who made great sacrifices. Hold on just one moment. This is giving me a hard time. Now you stop this right now. It's not wanting to cooperate. It normally does when I want to share pictures. It's like, knock it off. All right, I'm going to show this. Yes, I am. Anyway, there's some great pictures. Let's do this. Okay, so there it is. I think I got that now. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I'll take that. All right. Yes, this one right here. We're going to share this one. Thank you, computer. All right. So anyway, so there was and I don't like to point people out by their skin color. but his name was Jordan Freeman, and lots of local historians have written a lot of books about him. So now he finally gets a marker, and let's see. So he was on depicted on this stone here. All right, so our local people, colonel was going to, he surrendered. He was surrendering to the British, and one of the majors put a sword through him. All right. Well, his best friend, who was a servant, and he freed his servant, Jordan Freeman. He was right there, and he speared the majors. He was trying to climb over this wall and get away. So, and that's what this plaque here is, you know, signifying. But he didn't have something of his own, so he finally got his own little stone there, which I think is magnificent because he's so deserving of that. This is the Friends of Fort Griswold, the president, Miss Hallie. Now, she was also a librarian. She was the librarian for a long time of our local library, which is right around the corner on the same property, actually, across the street from the fort. But she's one of the first people we moved. When we moved here, we met. Here's our mayor, the city. Oh, here's the fife and drum. So great. Now, hold on. What I want to do is, let me get these other pictures up here. So I was honoring everyone. We were just, okay, we're going to honor. We were having a little memorial service honoring everyone who had lost their lives that day. And I'm looking up, right? I'm looking up at the sky. And I was like, you know what? Yes, so many people have sacrificed. So many people in so many different wars and battles and skirmishes. And then I'm like, you know what? And even our star families, you know, even up in the skies, even in the stars, in space, we have so much going on that we are going to learn about these Star Wars. But I want you guys to start looking up day and night. And what I am amazed at is that you can start to see some formations taking place during the day. And so I was honoring everyone in any war who, pretty much lost their lives to war. And as I was doing that, I saw these really great things start showing up in the sky. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to take a picture of all of this. And so what is that? What is that? I mean, really? Wow. Almost looks like someone on a horse. I don't know. But we're really seeing some beautiful, beautiful things. Pay attention to the skies. Let's see. I think this one too is really beautiful. I think it's this one here. Yeah, where you can definitely see. Look at right here. You see the circle? I hope these are turning out pretty good here. I can't get that up anymore, but you see there's a circle here. You see the circle, and then there's something else over here. Just, really pretty amazing, isn't it? And then this is, there's actually birds here. So I zoomed in, and you got a whole bunch of birds. Anyway, me and my birds. But, so it's keep looking at the skies. Take pictures of the skies because they're really presenting themselves. They're showing us now, right? We're not waiting for disclosure. We are disclosure, as my cousin Robert Earl White with the Order of Light says, and we are. Take those pictures of the sky, day or night, and it should make you feel good. It really should make you feel good. The progress that's being made. Okay. Let's see. Well, you have a lot of energetic activity. Where do you live? Yes, in Connecticut. southeastern Connecticut, Elizabeth. I mean, there is a lot of energy here, and I could see I was guided to live here. Yeah, you are always put where you need to be, but when you get to that, this is the destination that everything else led up to. You know that, and then this is it. This is probably die here. Well, I can't say that, and got to expand and allow because whoo, great things are happening. A lot of great rebuilding and things, right? So let me see what Robin has to say real quick. Woo! I go to my card event to say a bunch of swear words and spray sage and rose spray. There you go. Yes. Oh yeah, I talk to my computer too. Hey, there are crystals in computers. Sure, I'm talking to the crystals in the computer. Yeah. Most of my pictures are in the sky. Oh, Wendy, when we were in Maine last week, the Coast Guard and other planes were constantly flying up and down the coast more than I've ever seen before. I've had a lot of people say this. I've heard people who live down there in Sarasota, a lot of fighter jets or jets and a lot more helicopters. I've noticed even over here, we're really close to, blocks away, of course, from the fort, but from there is a shipyard here where they build the submarines. The sub base is not too far away. So it's very limited on how much flight activity we have above us, flight activity. But I'm noticing too a lot of military helicopters, just a lot more activity than ever before. And so, yeah, Wendy. Yeah, so around you too, Wendy. Yep. Yep. And you're like an hour north of me, right? An hour and a half in Connecticut. So yes. All right, Sages. I went to get to the star in the east that just sits there every night. Tonight's too cloudy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And so to go out there and start recording, you never know. And that's why it's like I was just snapping a bunch of these pictures, and because I think an hour later after that, after the ceremony was over, we came inside, it started to rain. So these rain clouds were moving in too. So you never really know. I think it shows up later on. You get a better look at them. And it's amazing. I love it. So keep snapping the pictures. Yes. I'm not sure, Elizabeth, why the more military activity. That is a curious question. Yeah. We would like to know. And Sage, we had a helicopter the other day circling right around the trees, about the trees. Very interesting. Yeah, clean up, Elizabeth. Well, and that is, yes, Marcia, clean up. Yep. Because the evil that are left, like in the politics, everything that's, and I can't just say in politics, but the hybrids, and when I say hybrids, I mean the evil ETs hybrids offsprings. Pretty much, they talk about this elite bloodline. Well, that's what they're talking about. All right, some of them are trying to escape. All right, and so they can't escape, and they have to be dealt with accordingly. So that's probably, yeah, what's happening too. All right. And so let's see. Sage, I have tons of pictures I need to dig out. Robert, want me to send? Yes, you need to do that. You need to. Yes. Yes. Wendy, I like seeing that much better than all the freight trains full of military vehicles. Yeah, that's true. But anyway. All right. Well, what a powerful energy this is this evening and sitting in the sacred circle. And I hope that each and every one of you will continue to vibrate the source frequency of love and light. Be that lighthouse, be that source frequency of love, light, love, right? And when source said, let there be light, that light is love. There's this the love, light, love. Shine it in all directions. Okay. And until we meet again next Sunday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, come back in this sacred circle. But you can, until then, join in on the other Goldylocks production shows, 8 p.m. Eastern Time this week, upcoming week. All right, so thank you so much. Robin, you don't know this. Robin. Wednesday is your 1 year anniversary with your show on Goldylocks Productions. Wednesday. So you can talk about your show on your show Tuesday night. So 1 year already, Robin. Woohoo! All right, everyone, have a great week. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, we are love. So let's just vibrate that frequency of love. Good night, everyone.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments. Then head over to the Goldylocks Productions YouTube channel. With the huge selection of shows, the fun doesn't have to end.